Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Ashley. Okay, so today's video is going to be a ship with me slash I'm also going to be giving you my best advice slash like tips for running a Poshmark closet. I have a little bit of imposter syndrome whenever I talk about business or running a business. Let me print out the shipping labels really quickly. I know there's a lot of other people that make a lot more money than I do. There's people that make what I make in a year, they make in 1 month. And I've seen the numbers, it's crazy. So sometimes I feel like I'm not the right person to give advice. I feel like there's like a lot of people who are barely starting with their journey of having a Poshmark closet. So if I could at least help someone get from, you know, where they're at to where I'm at, because I don't think what I made, yeah. Because I don't think what I have made throughout my, you know, Poshmark journey or, you know, running this business is bad. I think it's like a respectable amount considering I do work technically full-time. I'm supposed to be hitting my 40 hours. I work remotely, but I'm very bad. I'm hitting anywhere from like 30 to 35 hours a week. Yeah, so I also work, and then I have 2 under 5, and then of course I do all this and then YouTube. So I think overall for how much I have on my plate, I think number wise, revenue wise, that's what I've brought in through my Poshmark is not bad. It's like a respectable amount. So I'm always saying that with my videos I hope you feel inspired, motivated, because I really truly do mean this, but if I can do it, you can do it. So anyways, okay, so let me print out these shipping labels really quickly. But if you are new, make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to be a little bit more consistent. I feel like every time I say that, it just backfires on me. But anyways, I need to get these orders out. There's actually not a lot. There's actually not a lot of orders. These are actually not from yesterday's show, but the day before. So I am a tad bit behind on getting these shipped out. I'm still obsessed with my thermal shipping printer. I'll have it linked down below, and it is an affiliate link, so if you do use it, thank you so much. I do get a small commission off of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders. Yeah, it was a 2.5 hour show the other day. I noticed that when I have back-to-back shows, my stamina is just not that great. But we sold a total of like 17 or 20 pieces around there. I need to place a small order today of inventory. Oh, that was fast. Okay, let's see. I feel like the majority of the tips I'm gonna give are mostly for live sellers, but I'll give the first one, the regular sellers, I guess you could say, advice first. And these tips, advice is no particular order. I have nothing, I'm just literally talking. I'd say if you're not using Poshmark VA, it's a virtual assistant. I'm sure you have heard about it. Make sure to use my code, Ashley20. But you get 2 free weeks and then 20% off, but it's fantastic. I actually have a video, and I'll put the thumbnail up in here so you can see what it looks like so you can watch it after. But in that video, I do talk about how I went from literally having like 0 sales, maybe 1 to 2 sales a week or every 2 weeks, to like having, I think I had 13 sales in like 2 weeks or something like that. I'm not too sure. So it really did skyrocket my the movement in my Poshmark closet. You do have to be putting in the work. Poshmark VA is a Google Chrome extension. You do have to download it, and you do have to have it running every day in order to be able to see those results. So it's not just like, oh, let me download it, sign up, and I don't have to do anything. Like, no, you do still have to do your part. You still have to list. You have to make sure that you have the program or the Chrome extension running for it to do its job. So as long as you're doing your part in listing good items with good lighting and everything, with good keywords, with good description, which I'm so bad at doing the descriptions, don't even get me started. But if you do your part, Poshmark VA will do its part, and you will see movement. Within that 2-week free trial that I had, I sold 13 items and I was hooked. Literally the money that I made from those 2 weeks was enough to pay for the next couple of like the Poshmark VA. I think it's like $25 a month plus taxes, so it came out to like $27. Again, use my code Ashley20 for 20% off your first month, and then I think you get 2 free weeks. But those 2 free weeks, you'll be hooked as long as you have it running and you do your part. Live selling. With live selling. Okay, let me get the items really quickly. Okay, so for live selling, when you are barely starting, Do not set high expectations. I know it's so easy to see other sellers literally like killing it and assume that if you were to, you know, do what they're doing, that it's gonna come just as easy to them to you. I don't know if that made sense, but understand that the beginning stages of hosting live shows, it's gonna suck. I'm sorry, but it is, and you're gonna have to just push through. You're just gonna have to push through that. The beginning of that is just very, very unmotivating, discouraging. You know, you jump on, you're super excited for the pieces you either found, or you're excited to make sales, and then it's absolute crickets. Understand that everyone goes through that. Everyone goes through that. And eventually it will get better. It will eventually with time get better, just as everything does. You need to be consistent. Okay, sorry, my SD card was full. And excuse my hair, notice my hair looks really crazy. Stay away from $3 shows. Nothing good comes from them. The only way you'll be successful with $3 shows is if you have a following. That's it. I'm sorry, Poshmark takes $2.95 for anything under $15. That means you only make 5 cents. No. I've only ever had one $3 show. One. And I actually filmed it. I filmed it. It's in one of my other older videos. Within that video, I did mention how much I made from that, but my whole idea with having the $3 shows was because I had a bin or a box full of inventory. It was my death pile. I'm sure you know what a death pile is. Basically items that you want to list, but you never really have time. Kind of just push it to another time. So yeah, so I had a huge death pile. No, it wasn't huge. There were a good amount of pieces though, but I just didn't want to donate them. I wanted to make something off of them, so I was like, let me have a $3 show. So I did that. I did make some money off of it. Some items did get bid up, but nothing crazy at all. But yeah, the only way you're gonna see any growth, or actually hold on, I think this is the book. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I don't think I'm gonna find it. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm trying to find it, the quote that really stood out to me here. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Oh, found it. Okay. Okay, found it. Thank you, Google. Let's see. Okay, so this book is really, really great. I'll link it down below. It's the one-page marketing plan. Really, really great. So I was reading this a couple of maybe months ago, and this sentence here just really, really stood out to me, especially with this type of live selling. You know, you have a lot of $3 shows, $5 shows, and there was a moment in time when I was, you know, doing this. I could also do $3, $5 shows, you know, but then I started really thinking about, you know, if I were to do that, I'd lose out money. Honestly, I really would. I was feeling kind of just not discouraged, but just kind of really bad about my prices. I don't think my prices are bad, considering I don't think my prices are bad, but in comparison to a lot of my competitors, yeah, my prices are pretty high. But I was reading this and it really, really stood out to me. And I was just like, yes. By the way, I still have some poly mailers available if anyone is interested in some really cute poly mailers. I do have this little print available in size 14.5 by 19, and if you use code YouTube25, you do get 25% off your first order. I have them in packs of 25, 50, and 100. So, and that is at reverietrends.com. Okay. Anyways, cool. Yes, hold on. So I'll link this down below. It is an affiliate link, but this really stood out to me. It says, there will always be someone willing to go out of business faster than you. I suggest do not play that game. The fact is, you're a small or medium business, you're unlikely to beat the big discounters at the lowest price game. Truth be told, you probably don't want to. By charging higher prices, you attract a better quality client. As counterintuitive as it may seem, you get far less grief from high-end customers than you do from low-end ones. So, okay, so let's do this one really quickly. Okay, she got those 2 items. Let me get the items real quick. So, set your prices at what would make you happy. There was a time when I was doing $8 or $12 shows, and rightfully so, because the items that I was auctioning off were pre-owned, pre-loved. That's another thing. If you are wanting to do this, do not, because you don't know if you're gonna like this. You might just start and then you might just hate it, but do not start with buying bulk, like liquidation or wholesale, because again, you don't know if you're gonna end up liking this long term, and then you're gonna be stuck with a whole lot of inventory, which you could just donate, but I really don't see why you would put yourself through that. So I say start off with going to the Goodwill bins. That's how I started. Would literally only go to the Goodwill. So when I started with hosting live shows, I was a stay-at-home mom, and I would go to the Goodwill bins literally once or twice a week for literally only 1 to 2 hours. I would literally get all the clothes that I could within that time to sell throughout the week. I did that for honestly the first 3 to 4 months of hosting Poshmark live shows, but it really did help in regards to learning what my customers like, learning what brands are good, what to kind of stay away from, and it really did help me overall kind of understand how to sell and get a better idea of what my customers like. So I really do recommend you starting off with the Goodwill. Not to mention the cost of goods on Goodwill pieces. Well, when I started, they were like $2 a piece, sometimes $3. Now I feel like Goodwill knows that there's a lot of people that are making money, and they're jacking up their prices, which is crazy, which is really sad. But what can you do? But I'd say start off with Goodwill/bins. I don't have a bins near me, but if I did, I would have definitely started there. I'm really bad at this. Try not to talk a lot. Just try to show items, run items. I'm very bad at that. I get distracted and I start talking about other things. And most of the time, the ladies during the show are like, hey, don't forget. And I'm just like, oh yeah, sorry. Okay, next, one item. Nice, and it's already pre-packed. It has been a really fun and interesting journey. Be consistent, and I actually just started doing this, but I started telling the ladies that I'm gonna be hosting every Monday from like 11:30 a.m. So I'm kind of giving myself a schedule, but not really. So I'm kind of giving myself already like a little schedule of being live every Monday, and then if I decide to do a pop-up throughout the week, then great, but for sure Mondays is like the day that I want to do. And it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, like a lot. You're gonna try something, you're gonna realize, okay, this was not it, and then you're gonna try something else. That's gonna go well for a bit of time, and then something else is gonna happen, and you're just gonna be kind of figuring out what is best for you, for your business. Also, if you are thinking about doing live shows, keep in mind that you're going to be left with a lot of inventory that is not going to sell, or it's going to take a little bit longer to sell. Actually, I have a video that's 5 things I wish I knew before I started hosting live shows. I'll put the thumbnail in here. Go watch that. I do talk about some of the things that I really wish I had known about selling on Poshmark. Another thing is that if you are thinking about starting hosting live shows, do not just rely on one platform. I regret that so much. Like, if I could go back, I'd be like, girl, you're gonna start hosting live shows, start on Whatnot. Also go through those growing pains of on both platforms, because right now, if I were to start on Whatnot right now, I feel like I would really feel the beginning, you know, growing pains than if I had started at the beginning. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, because I'm already kind of used to a bit of momentum over here. So if you could do both, start on both, especially because Whatnot only takes 8%, Poshmark takes 20%. They really need to change that, because 20%, that's a lot. If I make $10,000, that's $2,000 that they keep. If you make $100,000, they keep $20,000. 20, that's crazy. But I understand, it's a really great platform. I can't complain about the Poshmark platform. Sometimes it has glitches, and recently Poshmark has now allowed to have to do giveaways, which is very interesting. So I'm actually going to be doing or hosting my first giveaway very soon. So we're gonna see how that goes. Hopefully it helps. This is an 8-item order. Okay, hold on. Let me get these items. Another thing that I'd recommend is when you're starting, do not think just because you are, you know, barely starting, so you don't really need to have a system. Yeah, no, start that system. Because I have no system, and I think that's really holding me back in regards to taking longer to ship and finding things throughout my show. Because sometimes I will have customers who are asking me if I have that specific item in a different size, and because I cannot find it if it's unlisted, I'm kind of left with having to dig through the boxes. And you would think a year and like 2-3 months into doing this, I would already have a system, but I don't, and I really do need to get that fixed because that's really holding me back. Actually, yesterday I told myself I had ordered a printer, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this whole taxes, we're not gonna fall behind, and I actually printed out all of my invoices to kind of stay ahead of it. So I'm already good in regards to like having all my paperwork and everything organized from January to June, which is such a great feeling. So I'm very happy about that. I really enjoy and love what I do. I really wish I could do it full-time, but the reason why I haven't decided to jump in full-time and just do this is because I don't like the inconsistency. That's another thing. You can jump on and have a fantastic show and make, you know, over $1,000 in one like 4-hour show, or you can jump on, be on for 4 hours, and then only sell $200 worth, which $200 is still $200. I'm not gonna say no to $200. Just know it's like a roller coaster. Okay, I'm at it. I've been at it for a year and what are we? June? No, a year and 3 months. February, March? Yeah, a year and 3 months at this point. And I still have days like this. When I started though, it was like down here, right? So we have a $0 day, maybe $180 day, $50 day, $200 day. And it was just kind of like that. And now it's the same, but just a lot higher. So a $200 day is a slow day for me now. But that didn't happen overnight. That did not happen overnight. That took months, months to getting to that point. But it did take a while to get to that point. So it did not happen overnight. You just have to stick through the first couple of months, essentially. Be consistent. Make sure you're bringing in really nice pieces. Don't be afraid to ask your customers what they want or what they need. I always let the ladies know, like, you know, let me know what you guys are looking for. I'm here for y'all. I'm here. Consider me your personal shopper. It's more than likely if they're looking for something, someone else is also looking for something. So I always let them know that. So don't be afraid to ask. Try different things. A terrible show. Do not think that it's going to be like that for ever. It's going to get better as long as you do your part and you're consistent. I tend to send, and make sure you take care of your customers. If there's like an order and it goes wrong or it goes south and they message you, try not to be salty about it. You know, just let them know, like, oh, I'm sorry. You know, try to make it good. Try to make the situation better. A lot of this I feel like is also customer service, like how are your people skills. But again, do not get discouraged. This was able to fit 8 pieces, so do not sleep on these poly mailers. 25% off, YouTube 25. Really great. Okay, and another thing, I have future plans and future goals. For example, one thing that I really want to do is start a business, which is actually supposed to be Reverie Trends, but a business where I can sell poly mailers, packaging tape, thank you cards. Like, that's kind of not really my end goal. It's like one of my goals, but my goal is to use Poshmark to kind of help me get there. So the money I have coming in, you know, keep growing your business. You know, every dollar that comes in, try to, you know, not Obviously, if you gotta get groceries, you gotta get gas, what are you gonna do? You gotta get necessities. But try to kind of keep that money going back into the business, so you can continue seeing all that growth. So, and then this last order, one item is missing from it. This is what happens when we're not organized. And the post office closes in 30 minutes. Good thing is I live like 5 minutes away. But anyways, just don't get discouraged. If something doesn't work out, go back to the drawing board, try again. Again, it's a roller coaster of a ride. There's really no, I want to say, like, stability. The beginning is gonna be very, very hard, but just don't give up. If you can get through the beginning, the rest is not gonna be easy or like a breeze or gonna get any easier. But if you get through the beginning, you'll be able to get through, manage everything else. Everyone's journey is different. I'm wishing you the best. If you do decide to have a show, make sure you leave it down below. Let me know the time, the day, and hopefully I can jump in and say hello. And if you are new, make sure to consider subscribing. I hope you learned something. Again, with my videos, I always hope that you are either entertained at the very least, but you do get inspired, motivated to kind of pursue little side hustles. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.